Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and the leaks don't stop. It looks like the dev build of Spider-Man 2 on PC. Images of that have been leaked. Obviously, guys, I want to keep my channel intact. You ain't gonna be seeing any of that on this video. Like, come on now. But I'll talk a little bit about it. Talk about Spider-Man 2 in totality, and also when I expect the PC version to come out. I talked a little bit about it yesterday, but might as well reiterate that as well. And then also, speaking of leaks, yikes, another major leak with the GTA 5 source code being reportedly leaked, along with GTA 6 and Bully 2 details. Before you guys get excited, yo, anybody that's excited for Bully 2 in 2023, I should just slap the hell out of you. Like, come on, man, this game's never gonna happen. I've been hearing people talk about this Bully 2 nonsense for like a decade now, probably longer than that. Like, it ain't happening, but nonetheless, people are still talking about it, so I'm gonna talk about it. But yeah, just lay that to rest. We'll talk that in a little bit. But first of all, yeah, Spider-Man 2 PC port dev footage is circulating online. There are images live. If you, like, were unconvinced that the game was gonna come to PC for some odd reason, like, yeah, Spider-Man 2 will be coming to PC. I imagine what's happening is that Sony seems to have a pretty good track record and a game plan as far as how they handle their big first-party software. They release big first-party software. They release expansion for said first-party software or DLC content. They release a complete edition. They cycle that game into PlayStation Plus Extra, their subscription service. Then they release it on PC. So why do they do this? Well, it's a multi-layered plan of monetizing the game multiple times. Because guess what? They are a business, and these games are getting exceedingly expensive to develop. Last of Us Part 2, we heard $220 million development. Spider-Man wasn't cheap. Spider-Man 2, probably $200 million, maybe even more than that. In the Insomniac leak, there was also rumblings that they had to pay like $270 million or something like that for royalty fees to Marvel. Because, yes, Spider-Man is owned by Marvel and you gotta pay a royalty fee. Meaning that Spider-Man has to sell very, very well for it to be financially lucrative. And with Spider-Man 1, look at what they did with it to monetize the game multiple times. They released Spider-Man in 2018, crushed it from a sales standpoint. They did The City That Never Sleeps, 3 parts of DLC content. Then they released Spider-Man Remastered alongside Miles Morales, and Spider-Man Remastered was really just an upgraded release, but that allowed them to price Miles Morales as a $70 edition and sell that at $70. And they did Miles Morales, which was essentially a standalone expansion to Spider-Man rather than a sequel. They were able to monetize the game multiple times, and I believe that $270 million number was across Spider-Man and Miles Morales, so keep that in mind. But they gotta pay a pretty penny, and the thing is, with the cost of development being so high, you want to get as much mileage out of a single-player experience possible. Cost of development being so high is why so many developers want and publishers want to get into live service, because that's live service games you can monetize for a longer period of time. With a single-player game, they come out, they experience a wave of success, 3 million copies sold day one for some of the bigger titles. But then they ultimately lessen and they get phased out. Like, once a single player, like the single player game is at its height of popularity, even more so than multiplayer games on day one. How do you reignite interest for those games? Well, it's by doing things like DLC. It's by doing things like a upgraded release. It's by doing things like a PC version. And you look at the sales numbers for Spider-Man, that game sold exceedingly well. Let's say Spider-Man 2 comes out on PC. You're talking about all digital sales. I think Spider-Man 2, if it includes the DLC, is a game you could legitimately price at $70 on PC and people would buy it. But let's say it's $60. You sell, what, 2 million copies day one? That's $120 million of revenue that's going to Sony. Obviously, Valve takes their cut or whatever, but that's still a significant amount of revenue, and 2 million copies, that's very easy to do. And with PC, games go on sale and you just generate residual revenue for a long period of time. Like, the PC plan is very obvious on why Sony is doing it. At some point, these single-player games, we have to either scale them back or figure out a way to make more money off of them, and you can't increase the price much more than $70. Like, if you get to $80, $90, $100, that's gonna be a problem. Like, at that point, I do think that's gonna start impacting sales. So what do? You open up the game to a larger audience, hence the PC versions being released, and they are doing very well. The obvious caveat is that there has been a 2-year turnaround time at minimum for PC games. I saw some people in the comments section, or one person in particular bugging out, being like, oh dude, yeah, 2 years, it's a lot longer than 2 years. Like, 2 years is the minimum amount that we've seen so far outside of games like Last of Us Part 1 that was a upgraded remastered release on PlayStation 5. Spider-Man Remastered was a 2-year turnaround if you look at the remastered release being 2020, but I understand if you want to say that was a 4-year turnaround, given that Spider-Man initially came out in 2018. But Miles Morales was a legit 2-year turnaround, given that Miles Morales came out in the fall of 2020. Horizon Forbidden West is going to be a 2-year turnaround. It came out in 2022. We're getting the PC version in 2024, early 2024. What else is there? Days Gone was 2 years, 2019 into 2021. Returnal was 2 years, 2021 into 2023. Yeah, so for the most part, like, it seems like 2 years is the amount of time they want to do. Now, is that time period getting shortened? That is something a lot of us have been talking about when we look through these Insomniac leaks, that the budget for these PC versions is being allocated now either concurrently or right after the release of the game, leading people to believe that Spider-Man 2 may be seeing a 2024 release on PC, and maybe with how I viewed Spider-Man 3, that was the game that it would be possible that's a day one release on PC, given how the budget is allocated. I find that hard to believe now that I think about it again, because 2028 is when Spider-Man 3 is scheduled for. That would be the launch year of the PlayStation 6, and do you really want to dilute the launch of the PlayStation 6 by offering your biggest exclusive on PC as well? I don't know. Maybe they would, and I think if you want to break all sales records and numbers for Spider-Man 2, or excuse me, for Spider-Man 3, like all PlayStation first-party numbers in history, you do a concurrent launch on PC, PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 6. For sure, if Spider-Man 3 comes out as a PS6 launch title, it will be a cross-gen game. I'm 100% of the mindset of that. They won't limit it to just PlayStation 6, given how much money would be available to them to release it on PS5 as well. But that is my rant on that over a lot of the information I did talk about yesterday. But yeah, if you want to see the images for yourself, like, it takes about 2 seconds, so like, figure it out yourself with that. Lastly, I do want to note GTA 5 source code has been reportedly leaked along with GTA 6 and Bully 2 details. Now, this is according to GTA Focal. The source code was originally leaked to the public via a Discord message. The message contained a link to download the GTA 5 source code, a link that was in fact quickly taken down, but obviously it has been preserved. And there was also files that pointed towards Bully 2. Now, GTA 6 was at one point codenamed Project Americas, and that was reported by Bloomberg prior. And there was a file where Bully 2 was mentioned as well. But Bully, like, I'm sure Rockstar's got a lot of projects that they bring to the table. Maybe some of them even enter development, but ultimately get scrapped. What you have to realize about Rockstar is they realize how much money that they can make concurrently with GTA Online, and GTA Online is a lot cheaper than developing new games hand over fist. And at this point, Rockstar's game turnaround is legitimately, 7 years? And Rockstar game turnaround times are just getting longer and longer. From GTA 4 to Red Dead 1, it was 2 years. From Red Dead 1 to GTA 5, it was, 3.5 years. From GTA 5 to Red Dead 2, it was 5 years. From Red Dead 2 to GTA 6, it will be 7 years. I expect that window to get longer and longer, and for Rockstar to figure out how to monetize their major releases better and better, so they aren't as pressured to release major games. I really hope I'm wrong about that. I hope it won't be after the release of GTA 6, 8 years before Red Dead 3 comes out, or 10 years before Red Dead 3 comes out, but, I would rather approach something like this very pessimistically, and, I honestly don't think I'll be alive to see Red Dead Redemption 4 if they decide to do that. I think Red Dead Redemption 3 is going to be the last one I play in my lifetime, and you know what? We gotta come to terms with that, I'm good with RDR3 if that's it, because, you guys know Red Dead's my favorite franchise. When it comes to Rockstar, I much prefer Red Dead over GTA, but Red Dead 3 probably going to be the last one in my lifetime, and maybe GTA 7 will be the last one of that lifetime for me. But yeah, as morbid as that sounds, that is the reality. When games start these trilogies now, let's say Mass Effect eventually comes out in 2030, and we're talking about a new Mass Effect trilogy, and we're talking about 5 to 7 years in between games for all of those. What? Are you telling me 20 years is gonna go by the time that trilogy wraps up? Like, that's a wild thought to think about, given that the original Mass Effect trilogy wrapped up in, like, 5 years. So, like, think about that for a second. But, that'll do it for me. Again, Spider-Man 2, a lot of footage of that. That's definitely coming to PC, guys. They need them. That's gonna make bread. That's gonna make bread on PC. I imagine they're gonna do DLC for Spider-Man 2 first, and then they'll do the Venom game. And I imagine Spider-Man 2 will come out to PC before the Venom game drops. But, yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. And GTA 5 source code has been leaked, along with GTA 6 and Bully 2 notes, but I don't think Bully 2 is ever going to happen, guys. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.